So this one is called Vintage by Decembra.
Yes. And once again, we have listened to these on our monitors and headphones and everything.
Yeah.
So we do know these songs. We're not just listening to them on laptop speakers and reviewing them.
Yeah, we were originally upstairs.
Yeah, you guys saw us
the
up
internet was like really laggy. Apparently, it's still kind of laggy. You know,
a little bit laggy.
Let us know in the chat if it's like super laggy or anything.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, yeah. Continue.
So here we go. Round 2.
Decembra is in the chat.
Hi, Decembra.
Hi, good song.
Good song, bro. I like the Arabian stuff in the intro.
Arabian stuff is always cool.
It's always good.
Guys, I'm not high. Why do people keep saying that? I don't even smoke.
Sal's in there. I'll look this in the chat also.
Oh, yeah, I think this.
Here's the chat link, by the way. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was a very cool song.
Yeah. The first thing that stood
energy.
out. The first thing that stood out was I like the drums. I think the kick drum is really, really strong. And the snare is good as well. The drums just punched really hard.
Very good samples.
Good drums. Cool.
Yeah. So yeah. Again, this is a really strong song. I think it could. It'd be really sick if like the mix down was just a little bit better.
Yeah.
First things I would probably do is turn down the hi-hats. I think the high percussion sounded a little bit overbearing. So like the hi-hat loop it's good. Like it's very full, but it's just a bit too loud.
Yeah.
I thought.
And that's kind of a knee jerk for a lot of producers is having a really bright high end because it makes it sound really professional. And you know, that's a really good thing. That's a good instinct to have because that means your ear is trained and you can hear that, you know, your mix down is lacking high end or someone else has more high end in their mix. But sometimes you can kind of overkill it and you can end up with an overly bright mix. And it sounds professional to your friends and stuff, but when you are playing it on live speakers, it can be like super, or playing it live in a club, that high end can be really, really harsh and it can hurt your ears. So it's something to, you know, be very conscious of.
Yeah. Like, I think a lot of producers, they kind of focus on, like, what sounds good in their room or on laptop speakers or in a car, so they kind of make it, like, very kind of squashed and bright and very present. But when you're talking about, like, a club setting, when you're talking about a huge system that's, like, very tuned for, like, very loud levels, you really want a mix down that's warm, bassy, punchy, and the high end is, like, very... It's not, like, overbearing, but it's very defined and clear.
Yeah.
So it's articulated and not, like, just a big squish of, like... Yeah.
And, you know,
what if I like tinnitus? Well, have fun with that.
God. And, you know, as electronic music producers, our main goal is to make music for live. We make it for people to dance to.
Yeah, that is our main goal.
And, you know, I think that that's a noble goal to have. And, you know,
dancing's fun.
Dancing. Trap arms.
Turn up. So yeah, one other thing I'd say about that song is to get it more kind of dynamic and punchy, I would try like it sounds like the drums just aren't like cutting through quite as well as they could be.
Yeah. So
maybe try adding some like more 90 hertz to the kick, more 200 to the snare, maybe just a little bit, and then along with that, try turning down the mid basses.
Yeah, I think
a couple decibels.
I think that overall the drums could just stick out in the mix a little more, and there's probably a million ways to do that. But right now they're getting a little bit drowned out by the synths. Just in my opinion, I think overall it was a strong song. I think the mix down was overall pretty strong.
Yeah. Great work, man.
Yeah.
Very good. Good stuff.
Okay. Now this one. Cool.
So yeah, next song is a remix of Hello by OMFG. The remix is by Will and Tim.
Yeah. Cool.
Shout outs to Will and Tim.
Yeah, shout outs to Will and Tim. They have basically the same name.
Shout out to all the pair.
Shout out to all the pair. So there's the link to it in chat, by the way. Shut up, Willie. All right, so here we go. Round 3. I like the lighthearted intro.
Very goofy.
Yeah. Okay, so this one, it's a little bit hard to hear it, obviously, because we're on laptop speakers, and you're getting my laptop speakers through a not-so-good microphone through Twitch. But the main problem with this song, it's a really strong song, and the groove is really strong, and it has a really nice vibe to it. But the main problem is the bass isn't mixed very well, and that's going to be a huge, huge problem for when you want to play that live. The main problem with the bass, I think, is it clashes a lot. I think that you may not be doing hard enough side chaining just at a really preliminary sort of glance. I would suggest you use volume shaper. I think that's a really kind of fail-safe way to have it really well side chained.
Yeah, check out our tutorial on volume shaper.
Yeah, that's on our YouTube. I think our
YouTube channel.
Is our YouTube not linked in the Twitch?
No.
No, you just Barely Alive. Just search Barely Alive.
Barely Alive HD.
Yeah. Now the second part is this is some really general mix down and even mastering advice. The way that you can really tell when a song has a muddy mix down in the low end is like I just take a low pass and I low pass the entire song, so you can just hear like the kick drum and the bass and the way everything is interacting down there, and
it's just put like a soft low pass at like 150.
Yeah, and that's just so you can hear how everything is clashing downstairs. And you can like it's really obvious when you have conflicting frequencies in that area because they produce these really, really obnoxious harmonics, and you can like really hear them. You can feel them.
Yeah, that's important because you're basically just listening to what will be coming out of the subs and on a big system. Because the cutoff is usually at like somewhere between 200 and 300 or that sort of area. Yep. So you're basically soloing the sub channel. Yeah.
And to take this like even further, like when I'm mixing a song, I'll put a low pass on it. I'll low pass just the drums, down to the kick drum and the sub bass really. And then when I get that sounding how I like it to sound, then I'll move it up like 200 hertz, and then it'll add in the snare or some low basses and some mid-heavy kind of sounds. And when those sound good, I'll move it up, 1,000 hertz or something, and then mix the high lows or, high mids, and then just keep mixing up things higher and higher. And that's a way to get every single frequency range sounding really, really tight. And, that's, I don't know how many people do that, but I think it's a really, really good trick to getting a nice, clean mix down everything.
Just don't forget to turn off the low pass before you export it.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
That once.
I do that all the time.
He sent me a song. I was like, this is cool, but like, there's just not any trouble.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah. I've actually done that a couple of times. So cool.
All right.
We have
quickly.
Yeah.
What headphones do we use? We both use the Audio-Technica M50s.
Yeah.
They're good.
They're awesome. They're very good. Also solar.
Nice wig, Willie. We all know you're bald. Dude, don't tell people that. It's a secret.
Yeah. Don't make fun of Willie's baldness.
Alright, cool.
So we have 2 more songs. This is the last song that we'll be critiquing and reviewing. And this is K9 and Heart Attack doing a song called No Signal. And I'll put this in the chat really quick. We're doing well today, by the way.
We are doing good.
And after this, we'll answer questions, just kind of hang out with you a little bit.
Yeah.
We don't really have too much to do right now.
Super pumped for your show tomorrow night. Dude, I am too. I'm probably more excited than you. One thing I should say about tomorrow is that I'm going to be playing like at 7:15, so if you want to come see me, you have to like push your way in there as soon as the doors open.
Yeah.
At 7, or you will miss my set.
Willie got the good hour.
I got that good opening slot, so you might have to camp out a bit. What are those?
Pickles roll.
Sure. I'm having trouble obtaining this.
Was that story about the guy who reached in the pickle jar? That's a Jewish story, isn't it?
That is a Jewish story. I got pickle juice all over myself. No.
See, we're in the kitchen right now, so like we have to be eating something. So I'm just eating pickles.
We're just gonna do some cooking real quick.
Yeah,
this is the Barely Live cooking show.
We could turn this into a cooking show.
You wanna?
Sure.
What should we make? Pancakes? Can we make pancakes?
Can make anything.
The question is, can we make pancakes?
We can make anything.
Okay.
I can make some egg benedict. It's a crowd pleaser.
Guys, stop asking for the Kamosi remake. We're never gonna release it.
Yeah.
I don't even play it anymore. It was kind of fun last year.
What were we just supposed to do?
Listen to that song.
Oh.
We should probably do that. Cue camping for Barely Alive. Yes.
Okay.
Song.
Sorry,
Play it.
Covered in pickle juice.
Okay, I got it. Alright, so this is K9 and Heart Attack. No Signal.
Yeah, I would skip it.
No, I'm going to play the end. I remember this one.
What?
The sub bass.
Yeah. He's always like that.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay.
Boom.
Boom. Yeah, sick track, guys. Very, very well done.
Yeah.
The main thing that stood out to us was the sub and the mids are mixed kind of strangely. Basically the high mid of the bass is like way out of proportion to the sub, so there's like not a lot of sub hardly at all. It was sounding like.
Yeah. I
don't know if that was like the note it was playing or like just the level of the sub. But...
Well, the song is in G, so the sub bass should be really loud in G. If
yeah.
you guys don't already know this, generally when you write dubstep or even bass music where the bass is meant to be intense, between like, you know, E flat and like maybe A flat highest you want to go.
Yeah.
Those are where the sub bass is really, really strong. Specifically around 43 hertz, which is an F, it just sounds really, really good on club speakers. So there you go. The more you know.
Yeah. So that said, this song is in G, so I don't think it's the note that the sub is playing. It's just it should be louder. So, one really good way to get a really powerful sounding sub is to just distort the hell out of it and then low pass it at like 100 hertz or whatever sounds good to you.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like a sub bass, but
alternatively you can use a saw wave or a square wave.
Yeah.
Which is
actually that's actually how we do it now.
The way we make subs,
square wave with a low pass filter.
Yeah, we'll do a square wave with a pitch bend on it at the beginning, then low pass that.
Yeah,
that's how you get a really nice punchy sub. That's also really present in the mix.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a very long kick drum almost.
Oh,
without the top end.
Sorry.
So yeah, with that song again, I think it might be suffering from the high end syndrome.
Yeah.
Where there's just a lot of high end, not a lot of bass. And it's just kind of muddying things up a bit. but it's
Yeah, we're eating pickles.
Yeah, we are eating pickles. But
I'm eating pickles.
I had a pickle.
Willie had a pickle too.
Could you say that we are in a pickle?
No.
Oh. Thank you for shutting down my joke.
One more thing about this song is, aside from being a strong song, I just don't really like the way the drums are mixed in that much. I think the drums are generally too quiet, and one big problem that I had with the kick drum is there was pretty much no low presence in the kick. Which is, if you have a little bit of low presence in the kick, it adds so much to the mix. Just because when you go and see the song live, you want to be able to feel the sub bass in your stomach and feel the kick drum in your heart. And like that, when the kick drum hits, you want to be able to feel it shake you. And when the sub bass is consistent, it makes you feel like you're vibrating. And the snare just hits you right dead in the eyes. Like the snare just fucks you in the face.
Like this.
Yeah. So I like to have a lot of sub bass in my kicks. I think Willie does as well sometimes. He's been known to make a kick drum or two. So yeah, we just like to have more sub in our kicks, and it's not like a long sub like an 808, like a, but it's like a punchy sort of like,
Just something that moves the speakers.
Yeah, and like the way we could tell that the sub was too quiet or the sub didn't really exist is we like say that this is the speaker cone. We just put our hands on the outside of it. Just so we can feel the rubber moving around. You don't want to put your finger directly into the cone. That is bad for your speakers. But just put your fingers on the outside of the rubber so you can like feel the speaker moving. That's a really good way to tell if your sub bass is all out of whack or too quiet or it doesn't exist or something.
Yeah, basically just punch your speaker really hard.
Yeah,
and if it punches back, then you have a tight mix down. If
you have a tweeter, you just push the tweeter in it. Yeah. Definitely.
People keep saying I'm high.
Are you high?
No.
No, Willie's actually not high. No, Willie's very not high.
That's really funny.
However...
Are we... Yeah, Matt is super high. Someone said, are we related or friends? We are neither.
Yeah.
Actually.
Next question.
Can we expect a new dubstep track soon? Let's talk about dubstep a little bit. We like dubstep a lot.
First off, yes. The answer to that question is yes. The second answer to that question is no. Because
yes and no.
We are first and foremost musicians and connoisseurs of music. And we are not Thank you. We're not dubstep artists. I don't want to be that. I've never really wanted to be that. And we just want to make music that makes people dance, and we just want to do that in any possible way that we can. We will always make dubstep because we like it sometimes, and we release a ton of it. We release more of it than I think you guys realize.
Yeah, like a month ago, we just put out basically 7 new dubstep tracks.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
On the Torrent This EP, if you guys want to Google.
Yeah, there's actually a link to that right down below
somewhere there
in our channel. So yeah, we make a lot of dubstep, and we will probably continue to do this. That said, we've been having a lot of fun making other stuff, and by other stuff I mean stuff that isn't like 140 BPM. Like
yeah, we're making fucking everything, like everything.
Yeah.
There's no genre that's safe from us. With that said, it's always going to have our characteristics in it.
Yeah, we're basically going to be using mostly the same sounds and everything.
Like we like to keep our drums similar, just we like to keep them punchy and kind of dubstep. Like we like dubstep inspired drums, kind of. And our sound design will always be more aggressive sounding. But like we don't just want to make dubstep forever. Just like I don't think you guys want to listen to dubstep.
There are a lot of producers who just only make dubstep, and they don't seem to have any sort of problem with that. Or it's possible that they're like afraid to try other things, but not like we basically will not be satisfied creatively by just making dubstep, and we are not afraid to do other things. So
yeah, that's
basically it.
Yes.
So yeah, we are making more dubstep soon, but
we don't
want to be like dubstep
Yeah.
artists.
We have,
Although that is a easy way to describe what we do.
I think we have some of our hardest dubstep songs ever coming out, though. We have, like, really, really hard dubstep coming out. But we also have, like, weird 128 and stuff.
Yeah. Some ambient.
Some, like, garage music.
We're doing a whole album of deep house in C major.
Yeah, because of you guys. But, like, you know, think about yourselves producing music on a day-to-day basis every single day as a job, and think about producing the same song every single time, basically. It just becomes less like a fun thing to do and less like something you can pour yourself into and more just like a total grind. And if you guys want us to keep making creative, interesting music, we're not going to be doing that with 140 every time. It's just not going to be possible. And it's going to end up being just really repetitive and kind of derivative music.
Well, and that said, if you take out all the other stuff that we put out that isn't dubstep, it would still be, like, a lot of dubstep overall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dubstep. Okay, that's enough talking about dubstep.
Yeah.
Let's take more questions.
Why does the fiber optic EP suck?
It doesn't.
Short answer is it doesn't.
There you go.
And once again, this goes back to the idea that we just make music for people to listen to live. That's, like, if you listen to it in any context and enjoy it, that's perfect, but we make it for people to listen to live because that's how we design it. Mm-hmm. You know, that's just kind of how we feel about it.
What's your advice for articulate high ends? Try using when you put a sound into your song, think about what the high end is doing, and basically try to have as like a lot of dynamics in the high end, and don't try to add too much. It's like just cramming tons of like whooshy like claps or super high end bass noises is going to make it all muddy. So try to be sort of minimal in the high end. I think hard to articulate.
So the way I like to think about it is all of the music that existed, not all of it, but like all the rock music and all the, you know, let's specifically talk about rock music. Even like punk music, like all of that stuff, that's like 4 instruments tops. That's like vocals, drums, bass, guitar. That's like the, you know, the archetypal band. All of those fill an extremely specific purpose in the frequency spectrum. The hi-hats are going to cover the high end. The guitar is also going to hit the high end for sure, but the guitar is mostly mid-range. Vocals generally high mids. And the bass is obviously the bass. And that's what you want to go for in your mix. You want to make it as full as you can with as few elements as you can. And then when you can do that, you can add things on and really specifically get fuller mixes with more things. But, you know, you should be able to make a mix full with 4 instruments for sure. And I think that's a really good goal as a music producer. If you just have drums, a bass, and some, you know, mid synths, that should be a full mix. You know, that should fill it up. And a vocal that you guys should all do on it yourselves.
Just like we do all our own vocals.
Yeah, we do all of our own vocals.
Actually, no. We have this guy named Spock who does vocals for us.
Spock does our vocals. What are our opinions on music schools like Icon Collective? I think learning music in any sense is fantastic. However, with that said, I think that learning anything can be done by yourself. I don't know if it's necessary. Like everything that me and Willie have learned has been from each other, people we know, or just by playing around in Ableton.
And like maybe a handful of weird internet forum posts and YouTube videos, but not too many of those.
Like we've done most of the learning. We've done all of our learning from the internet and computers.
And practice.
Yeah, and practice. So I think that it's fantastic, the idea that those schools exist. But at the same time, I think they're completely unnecessary. There's one more song.
It can play more music.
This song, I have nothing to say about it mixdown-wise. I just really like this song a lot. And I'll put it in the chat.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, this one is sick.
I think this song is really awesome. Yeah, I just like that song. That's something that I would listen to on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, it's porn music, but it's awesome.
It is porn music. Definitely is. But me and Willie do porn, so... that's not true.
Someone print screen. No. No, please, no. Why is the drop of every song except Zombie Hunter mixed into the build-up on the fiber optic EP? Well, like, I think they mean, like, the way the drop filters into the build-up. That's just something we really like to do. We don't always do it. It's just kind of like...
Yeah, it's just a really good way to kind of build suspense.
Very good way to make build-ups. What we do is, like, we make a new track in Ableton, and then we resample, like, the mid channel of the drop. And we get, like, the first, like, 2 or 4 bars of it, loop it, and then filter it in as the drop is coming in.
You know, there's no, like, rhyme or reason to that. It's just, like, the idea of using a riser in every build. You don't need to do it, but you do it in every song because it works really well. Let's just answer this question because this person's been asking so many times. Do you honestly like the Abstract remix from Lasers Up? The answer is yes.
Oh, it's so good.
I fucking love it.
One of my favorite things he's done, actually.
Just because you'd have to experience it live to really get it, you know? It's just a really good song to dance to.
Yeah. Is sidechaining the sends a good way for a better mixdown, like for the kick and snare to come through? By sends, I think you might mean like reverb, and we actually don't use any reverb sends, but we use them like on the specific instruments, and then that does get sidechained. But actually, on the mid group, we have like all the basses going to this group. They get sidechained with volume shaper, and after that, we have like a little bit of reverb. Just for ambience. Yeah,
the reverb should be to fill the mix.
Yeah, it doesn't affect how the drums punch through because it's such a small amount of reverb. So if you do have something with like really loud reverb, like a clap or something, then I would sidechain that.
Well, where do you guys find the time to work on music? And did you have jobs when you first started making music? Well, we first started making music a really long time ago. We first started doing it seriously and on a professional level. Willie had a job and I was in school, and we still found like plenty of time to work on music. If you really, really like something and you're really passionate about it, then you'll find a way to do it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's so many things you could say about that.
Yeah. I think I'm a bit obsessive about music, and that's really helped a lot.
Yeah.
In some ways.
No, Willie's disgusting.
Like for the past 2 years, I don't know, I've been focused a lot on it.
Yeah, it's true. I'll confirm that.
You know, put in the time and you'll get results.
Yeah.
Generic answer there.
Or not. Like, you could just suck at producing forever. But
yeah.
The thing is, like,
it's
that's
true. I think being like successful is a combination of natural ability, hard work, and luck.
But
all three of those are definitely important.
But like,
you gotta have all three.
You should never be producing for that reason. Like, me and Willie were producing without any. We didn't want to be like famous or anything or popular. We just liked making music, and we always made music, and we still always make music. Like, if you're making music to get popular, that's like the worst reason to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's just never gonna really be enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the opposite for me. Like, I was in school, and I left school because all I was doing was just playing around with Reason and like making music. That's just all I wanted to do. It wasn't like, I could get into this EDM business thing, and we've never really thought about it that way. Yep. We just love music.
Yeah.
And producing.
It's just fun to do, and we do it I have.
Someone said you can suck at producing forever. Now I lost all my hope.
Yeah, but
it's kind of true.
It's like there's some hard reality for you. It's just like, don't produce to get good at it. Produce because you enjoy it. Like, there's so many things I really enjoy that I suck at. Like, I started painting. I'm so fucking bad at painting. But
you're so bad.
But I really enjoy doing it. Like, just do it because you enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
And there's just so many, like, I like cooking. I'm not awesome. I've gotten
You're
better
actually pretty good at cooking.
I've gotten pretty good at
That's
cooking.
pretty good at cooking.
But like when I started out cooking, I was horrible at cooking. Like there's, don't do things because you want to get good at them. That's, just do things because you enjoy doing them. That's not even music advice.
I honestly think success is self-defined and not based on fame. That's true.
That's so true.
Success is what you really actually want it to be.
Yeah. Yes. Intrinsic motivation.
Happiness, maybe. Taking me back to philosophy class.
Will you ever come to Hungary? We'll come anywhere you book us, basically.
Yeah.
We will go to the moon if we get paid to do a show on the moon.
Yep.
If we had our choice to go to any shows, we'd probably go to Hungary, but like probably after like Hawaii and Puerto Rico and all the tropical places.
Oh yeah.
Hungary would actually probably be pretty low on our list of priorities.
Yeah, I don't know what the weather's like.
But like we'll go anywhere we're booked. We don't have any control over where we're playing music.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that.
Are you guys partners?
Yes.
Yeah. In some meanings of the word.
No, we're totally gay.
Oh, okay. Matt, getting text messages.
Don't text people.
Don't text
and stream.
Yeah, don't text and stream. Yeah. Turn your shit off.
No.
I'm turning mine off.
Are you?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
You don't have to. If you think I have a beautiful beard, then you're not very smart. This is not an awesome beard.
No, my beard is awesome.
It actually looks pretty good on the stream, though. Like, this angle is, like, flattering for it. But, like, if there's, like, backlighting, you can just see straight through it.
I think the stream is
Stream is down?
Oh, it's back.
God, this stream is bizarre.
How long did it take you to learn producing? We are still learning, so...
like every single day.
Probably many, many years.
Yeah.
We're never going to stop learning. That's another thing, is, like, you don't just, like, wake up one day and you're like, oh, I'm like, a good producer now.
Yeah.
It's like... You can wake up and be like, oh, I can do something that I couldn't do a week ago, and you just keep doing that.
Yeah.
And then eventually, you might be like really good, but you'll never be the best.
Yeah.
I think that's always objective.
Yeah. I think we already said have fun with it.
Words are fun. You should check out Dion Timmer. We know Dion Timmer. Yeah. He's a buddy of ours. Him. He's good.
Oh my god, there's so many questions.
Do you think Bear Grylls is a good artist? I think he's a great guy, and he's super friendly, and we like him.
Who?
Bear Grylls.
Who's Bear Grylls? Is there a difference between Mac and PC? Is the workflow different? No.
Nah.
We both have MacBooks, and the only reason for that is because... Actually, the only two reasons for that is because, one, they're pretty reliable, and two, they look pretty.
Yeah.
And everyone else has them.
Honestly, I just really like the build quality of...
Yeah, like I've dropped this
Macs.
computer so many times. It's like a year and a half old, and it still works perfectly.
Yeah. I also like the operating system a lot. I think it's pretty tight.
Yes. I agree. I think it's a really good operating system. Whoa.
What?
There's just a lot of questions. So many.
Oh, there's so much delay, I can tell.
Yeah, there's a lot of delay.
How do you like to play sets live? Loud. I like to play them loud.
Turn up.
How would you react if Christina Platt was at your show and jumped on you naked?
What happened with that? I heard that someone...
I don't know. Who is Christina Platt?
Yeah, give us some backstory. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, somebody tell us the story of this.
But if anyone jumped on the stage naked, I'd be fine with it. I mean, like, yeah, pretty much anyone.
Yeah, it's actually happened to me multiple times.
Yeah, they just go beeline for Willie. They love Willie.
Selling CDJ 420 Brazil World Cup FIFA edition. Will you buy it, Willie? I think that's Espen.
Yes.
Probably.
Tips for bass patches. I saw a Kill the Noise status the other day that I really, really, really liked, where he said that you should make a sound with as little effects as you can, basically. He said just, like, limit yourself. Just, like, one oscillator, one filter, and one effect, and see where you can get with that.
One modifier.
Yeah, and that, like, we do that for a lot of sounds. Like, we try to keep them as simple as we possibly can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, so she is the naked girl who jumped on the Keys and Crates show.
Gotcha.
Good for her.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure her parents are real proud.
I'm proud. I wish more people would do that.
Okay. More questions. Have you guys ever wanted to get into Melbourne Bounce? We did for a while, actually. The second drop of Ichabod is kind of like bouncy, but I think that's as far as we're gonna go with it.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
or not.
You never know. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun music.
Can you show us how you resample? When we resample, it's less of a sound design thing and more of a utilitarian thing. Like when the project gets really, really messy and the CPU starts to spike at like 100%, like then we'll bounce some stuff just because it needs to be bounced.
We basically only resample when we need to. It's not like, oh, I need to resample this so I can phase it with itself a million times.
But, with that said, we've also made some good sounds with resampling.
Yeah.
I feel like we said Zubin and Fake Slap in the last stream.
Did we?
I think we did.
Yes, we did.
We totally
Zubin
did.
And Fake Slap.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys got it.
We'll get you again next time.
Please.
Do you guys use Serum a lot? I wouldn't say a lot. I use Massive a lot. I don't know. Serum is great. It's awesome. I think it's gonna. We haven't like jumped into it like crazy yet, but maybe we will this year. I don't know. We make most of our sounds with really simple oscillators. So we love Serum. We love Serum, but we also don't really need to use it. And we totally used Serum when it came out, and we loved it, and we still play with it all the time. Yeah. But to make songs, we just don't really need it. Yeah. It's like there's really cool stuff you can do with all the wavetable editing, but I think oftentimes you can get sort of very similar sounds with just like a very simple Massive patch or something.
The Christmas tree is still up because of laziness. Actually, we set up the Christmas tree. We didn't even it's a pre-made Christmas tree. We just brought it from the basement and put it up, and we didn't even put ornaments on it or anything. That's how lazy we were. And then I think we put like 3 ornaments on it the day after Christmas.
It's got those stringy things all over it though.
Yeah. So
looks
we suck at holidays. What is the ultimate mid price range MIDI keyboard? That's actually a really good question.
I like the Akai stuff.
Yeah, what's your definition of mid range? But I my first answer would be I love the Akai MPK series, right?
Yeah. We have the 61, but we don't really use it that much.
Yeah, but like that whole all of
when
them
I did
are
use
awesome.
it,
I had the 29 or whatever that one version is.
Yeah, it's got the pads which are really nice. Yeah. It's got transport, really nice knobs and faders.
Yeah. Willie loves good knobs. Willie loves to play with knobs.
Yeah, I do. Can't get enough of them. MPK 49. Yeah, that's a very good mid-range keyboard.
Yes.
Also, I heard like 20 minutes ago somebody asked if the KRK Rocket 6 G3s are good for a bedroom producer, and I'd say I haven't tried them, so I'm not 100% on this, but I have used the G2s for like 6 years, and I love them, and I still use them. So there's that.
Yes. And we can produce music on any speakers. If you give us a pair of speakers, we can make music on it. It's not really the speakers at all.
I actually write. Oftentimes, I will write music like on an airplane with like noise canceling headphones, and I've written some cool stuff that way. So
yeah.
I think for songwriting, it doesn't matter what you're using. For actual like mix down production and stuff, you definitely need to get some good monitors, or at least some really good headphones and like know how to use them, because if you write something on an airplane with noise canceling headphones, then play it in a studio, no matter what, it's gonna sound horrible.
Yeah, it always does. It always does when Willie brings it home and it's like, hey, this sounds literally like the most distorted piece of shit ever. But then we turn it around and make it into a complete banger. Don't worry. Tips to stay productive in music. That's a good question. I don't drink coffee.
Matt doesn't drink coffee.
I think the best way to stay productive is have Ableton right next to Chrome on your taskbar.
Let's see, where's mine? Oh, mine's pretty close. It's next. It goes Chrome, iTunes, Ableton.
Because sometimes when I click on Chrome by accident, I click on Ableton, I'm like, fuck, I'll just like make some music. But no, really, just like make music all the time.
Yeah. Like... well, not just make music, but open your DAW and do something in it every day. Whether it's make samples or like do random things in a synth, or actually like write music.
Yeah.
Just do something.
Listen to lots of music. That way, sometimes I'll hear a song and I'm like, shit, that's a cool song. I'm gonna rip that off, and then change it a little bit. And then you have a song. You have an idea for a song.
Barely Lies, say hi to me from Brazil. Hi
to you from Brazil.
Knock noisy from Brazil. Hello.
Have you got any unreleased track you're unproud of, which is not a word?
Yeah.
That you can share?
Well, so many. So many. Mostly I make lots of like horrible demos.
Yeah, but he makes way more of them.
Yeah.
We gotta have some old.
We make like an equal amount of good music, but I make way more bad
music.
Yeah,
we make so much more music.
Bad music. Yeah.
Our output rate is fairly similar, but.
Dion Timber, Barely Lies, say hi to me, please. Hi.
Hi. Hi. That was so dismissive.
Hi. Hey.
We could put some horrible old music on SoundCloud really quick. Just for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Let's see what we have.
Would you have that old one, the first collab we ever made?
Oh, like the dubstep one?
Like the first one we ever made.
No, not on this computer.
It has to be somewhere.
It is somewhere. It's not on this computer, though. I don't know.
I mean, if you want to listen to some old music, you can search, what was it called again? Sound Transportation System?
Yeah. Sound Transportation System by Wildebeats and Hook Jr.
Yeah, just search Wildebeats and I'll just link it. I won't link it, I'll put it.
Oh, I'm going to play my Taylor Swift remix real quick. Okay, so I actually accidentally deleted that project.
Yeah, accidentally.
Did I tell you that?
Accidentally.
Basically, what I did was like, all right, well, this has some cool sounds, but it's horrible. So I went in and like changed everything, and then I saved over it by accident, so it's gone. So that was a quick death for that song.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift for life.
Taylor Swift for life.
Ghost Ride the Whip. So dank. Thank you. I had fun with that. I can't believe I remember making that song.
I remember it too.
Like 2 years ago.
I hated it then.
Yeah.
Are you guys wearing pants right now? No.
We don't have legs, actually.
Yeah, no, we don't actually have any bodies below our belly buttons.
It's like when I met Ross, and I was like, oh, good, you have legs. Thank God.
Yeah. We don't have anything below our belly buttons.
Okay. Do you guys eat massive short? I've seen that question so many times, and I have no idea what it means.
Yeah, Willie worked at Tom's Toys.
Wow. That was creepy, but yeah.
Yeah, creepy dude. Real creepy. Favorite
You guys
art?
like the Poot Scoot and Boogie? Yes, we love it. What is that?
I don't know. I love it though. How big is your feet? My feet.
I'm 10 and a half.
I think I'm like an 11. Or no, I'm like a 12 and a half.
I'm kind of worried that I bought the wrong shoes, though. I think I should have gotten 11s.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm wearing booties.
Although I haven't broken them in yet. Dude, acorns are the shit.
Dude, right? These are so good. Everybody should have these.
I need more acorns. What was your idea behind your logo? That was like a collaborative effort between me and Matt. Yeah. I think what happened was like I took a cassette tape and made it into a face. And then Matt was
no,
that's stupid. Make it a test pattern.
No, I remember. I wanted to have the logo be a test pattern, then you put the eyes on it.
Really?
Yeah, I remember how it happened.
Well, one draft of it was more like a cassette.
Well, it's because you just had the eyes in the middle, and then I said make it angry.
Huh.
So then it just kind of became this angry little logo.
Do you like Lax? Yeah, he's dope.
Who's Lax?
Willie, me and you have the same size shows. I am 10 and a half or 11. Send me your address. I'll send you lots of shoes. Don't you like know my address already?
People gotta know this address.
How was your trip to London and how was the Five Guys there? It was awesome. Both of them. London was really cool and Five Guys was dank. Sure. Who's the smellier of the two of you? Definitely me.
Definitely me.
No, I'm smellier.
Definitely me.
Shut up. What speakers do we use for mixing and mastering? Did Willie dye his hair black and do you like trains? We use mostly the M Audio DX8As for mixing. I did not dye my hair and I don't really like trains all that much. I like airplanes. Matt likes trains, I like planes.
I think it'd be fun to like live on a train.
Willie, get that Christmas tree out of here. What is this shit? Dude, it's not mine, it's Matt's.
Okay, I'll fix this.
No.
Close this door.
Okay.
I don't think that helps at all. That doesn't really do anything.
What do you guys plan on doing after the Ninja Nation tour? Back in studio or maybe other tour dates?
No, we're done after that.
Yeah, we're Barely Live is going to be complete.
Yeah. That's our first.
No, literally every time, like, one of us isn't... When both of us are here, basically every day we make music together.
And then when one of us is gone, we make music apart from each other.
Yeah. We're just always making music all the time.
Yep.
Our output is insane.
Because we have no lives except music.
Who was the first person to seriously notice you guys? Maybe, like...
You guys. Our fans. Our lovely fans.
My mom.
Yeah, dude, my parents.
Like, my parents, the doctor who helped deliver me, probably. Yeah. He's like, oh, that's Willie.
I think that... I remember seeing a video of Cookie Monster playing the Brig remix.
Oh yeah,
that was like the first time we saw someone like big playing our music on like a.
Yeah, I remember one of our friends sent us that.
Who's that?
Customer service.
I'll answer it.
Answer it. Matt's answering a telemarketer.
Hello.
Oh, robocall. Boring.
Kennedy is straightforward and very simple. If you are the owner or decision maker and have been in business for at least 3 months, we can get you approved for a loan with no collateral, no minimum payments, and no loan payback schedule. And the best part is you decide how you use the money for your business.
This is awesome.
I'll take 2.
So to learn more, press 1 now.
Yeah, can I get a large pizza, half pepperoni,
Shit,
half
I pressed 1. They're gonna keep calling now.
Dude.
I just totally fucked up. I thought it would be funny, but now I made a mistake. Oops.
Could have ordered a pizza from them. That reminds me, I'm really hungry.
Sample it.
Want to get food?
No. I'm getting food in my sister.
Are you not hungry?
6.
Oh, okay. Well, alright guys, I think that's enough for
Are we
today.
done?
Yeah, we're done.
Why are we done? We went streaming for like an hour.
For an hour.
We're going for an hour?
We actually have a lot of work to do. Well, we have music to work on.
So let's get to that. Let's also say that we're going to be streaming on this channel a lot more coming up. So like subscribe to it. I don't really know how that works, but I know
you can follow us.
Yeah, you can follow us or you can subscribe to us.
Yeah.
if you subscribe to us, I think it costs like $5 to subscribe to us. You'll be getting some cool stuff. We're still kind of fleshing out the idea of what you're going to get. But, if you subscribe to us, it will be to your benefit. So yeah, follow us, subscribe to us, tell your parents about us, tell your friends about us, tell your grandparents about us.
Show your dogs and cats our music.
Tape URLs to your dog and cat and let them go free.
Yeah.
So like everyone in the world can find us.
Yeah, also like buy like an old tape deck and like a bunch of cassette tapes.
Yeah.
And like put all our music on it and then just like toss it out the window while you're driving down
that's
driving down like the middle of your town.
Yeah. And then just like yell Barely Alive.
Yeah. All the time.
Yeah. Like instead of sneezing, whenever you sneeze, just like yell Barely Alive.
Barely Alive.
Barely Alive. Something like that. My grandparents is dead. Sorry.
Sorry, Garrett.
Okay. We should play League with Garrett.
Garrett should play League with us.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you should add me on League.
Yeah,
if any of you play League.
You should add us.
My name is Willie Barely.
My name is Matt.
What's your League name?
It is
Diesel Bear.
You can add me on BattleNet at. Ooh, I think this is right. No, it's not right. I don't know.
No BattleNet.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. So add us on games.
Play games with us.
Like
please.
us on Facebook. Subscribe to the channel because every time you guys subscribe, we get money, and we get money, then we can keep doing these things. And if we can keep doing these things, then hopefully we can like have a good relationship where we enjoy each other in some sort of way.
Yeah. Also, the more you subscribe, the more Dubstep will release.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Yeah. Also, we will be working on music while we're streaming. We won't be streaming like the screen just because we have stuff that we don't want to show you because it's our stuff and it's not your stuff. We will be working on music just to show our workflow and all. So yeah.
Okay, bye guys. Love you.